Oh man. I've swum here every single summer of my adult life. Quick question. How many times have you said, "You're killing me, Smalls," since you turned 18? Yeah. Exactly. That's because the Sandlot didn't just give us quotes, it gave us a shared language. A line that was improvised. A monster dog that wasn't really a monster. And a director who was literally sued by one of his childhood friends for telling the story too honestly. Welcome to 15 Weird Facts About the Sandlot. Intro. It's 1993. A small baseball movie opens in theaters and immediately gets crushed by Jurassic Park.
No headlines. No fanfare.
No big cultural moment. Just a modest box office run, decent reviews, and a quiet exit from theaters. And then something strange happened. VHS happened. Cable happened. And suddenly, every kid in America was quoting this movie like it had been handed down from the baseball gods themselves. The Sandlot wasn't just a film. It was a summer. The summer where you learned what a S-more was. The summer where you had your first crush on a lifeguard. The summer where a dog you'd never met absolutely terrified you. But behind all that sun-soaked nostalgia was a surprising amount of weird. Today, we are counting down 15 strange facts you probably didn't know about the Sandlot. And trust me, you'll want to stay for number 1. Before we start, hit like, subscribe, and don't end up like the baseball that went over the fence. And tell us in the comments, who was your favorite Sandlot kid? Let's start with number 15. Number 15. Unsupervised 90s kids on a movie set. Here's what happens when you put a group of 12-year-olds on a film set in the early 1990s with minimal supervision. Exactly what you're imagining. When the cameras weren't rolling, the cast was getting into the kind of trouble their characters would have admired. According to later interviews, Tom Gyri's older brother snuck the boys into a theater to see Basic Instinct. Yes, that Sharon Stone movie. Victor Diamantilla, who played Timmy, later called it a big moment for a 12-year-old. We'll just leave that there. And that wasn't the end of it. According to cinematographer Anthony Richmond, Chauncey Leopardi allegedly requested a copy of Playboy in exchange for good behavior on set. Richmond claims he delivered it during lunch, and after that, everything ran smoothly. Leopardi says he doesn't fully remember the incident, but admits it absolutely sounds like something that probably happened. The 90s were a different universe. While director David Mickey Evans was capturing childhood innocence on film, the kids were doing what unsupervised 90s kids did best, finding creative ways to see things they absolutely weren't supposed to. No safety meetings.
No panique.
Just vibes. Number 14. It bombed. Then became immortal. Let's be honest. The Sandlot was not a box office hit. It made $33 million, which sounds respectable, until you remember this was the summer of 1993, when Jurassic Park was demolishing everything in its path. The studio shrugged. No sequels planned. No toy lines. No more kiosks selling "You're Killing Me" Smalls merch. The movie vanished. Then it hit VHS. Suddenly, kids were discovering it at Blockbuster. Saturday afternoon cable reruns. That same worn-out tape rented so many times the clerk stopped charging late fees. Lines were memorized. Scenes rewound. Arguments started over whether Benny could actually outrun the beast. This wasn't marketing. It was word of mouth spreading kid by kid, neighborhood by neighborhood. Jurassic Park owned that summer. The Sandlot owned the next 30 years. Number 13. "You're Killing Me" Smalls was improvised. One of the most quoted lines in movie history wasn't written that way. The original scripted line was, "Smalls, you're killing me." Fine. Functional. Forgettable. But Patrick Renner, reacting genuinely to Tom Gyri's confusion about S-mores, flipped it instinctively. "You're killing me, Smalls." Director David Mickey Evans knew immediately. That was the take. On a set where kids were encouraged to riff and be themselves, that moment landed perfectly. And somehow, a single improvised line became the entire cultural legacy of the movie. It's not a quote anymore. It's a feeling. Number 12. Squint's glasses were pure misery. Chauncey Leopardi's thick glasses weren't prescription. They were heavy, fake lenses worn purely for the look. Filming took place in Utah, in summer, with relentless heat. Leopardi later said the glasses were the hardest part of the entire shoot. They fogged up, slid down his nose, collected sweat. And because they defined Squint's character, he couldn't take them off between takes. Every time you see him adjusting them or looking uncomfortable, that's not acting. That's a kid suffering for cinema. Number 11. Making Smalls look bad was harder than it seems. Playing terrible at baseball convincingly is surprisingly difficult. You can't be cartoonishly bad. You can't look like you're trying to be funny. You have to look authentically uncomfortable. Tom Gyrie nailed it. The grip. The running. The panic. When Smalls finally earns his place, it works because we've all been that kid. That level of believable incompetence requires real skill. 30 years later, it's still the gold standard. Number 10. Dennis Leary is hiding in plain sight. Small's stepdad, Bill, was played by Dennis Leary. Yes, that Dennis Leary. At the time, he was known for aggressive stand-up and MTV specials, not quiet dad roles. He took the part uncredited, a small paycheck, no fuss. Ironically, Bill is the complete opposite of Leary's stage persona.
No rage. No sarcasm.
Just a well-meaning guy trying desperately to connect with his kid. Most people never noticed, which makes it one of the sneakiest cameos of the decade. Number 9. The director was sued by his childhood friend. The Sandlot was deeply personal for David Mickey Evans. So personal that one of his real-life childhood friends recognized himself on screen. In 1994, Michael Polidoros sued 20th Century Fox, claiming Squints Palledorous was based on him and portrayed him negatively. The case went all the way to the California Court of Appeal. Fox won. The court ruled that Evans' memories were his to tell. When your childhood feels that real on screen, it can apparently end up in court. Number 8. The carnival scene was engineered misery. The chewing tobacco wasn't real, but it was disgusting. Black licorice and bacon bits. Kids gagged before they even got on the ride. Then came the tilt-a-whirl, ridden 15 times, followed by fake vomit made from oatmeal, split pea soup, baked beans, and film gel. Warm. Chunky. Real smelling. Those reactions weren't acting. That was regret. Number 7. The Sandlot was built from scratch. The field didn't exist. The production team built the entire Sandlot on an empty lot in Glendale, Utah, then tore it down. The location still exists today. No signs.
No plaques.
Just fans quietly trespassing for nostalgia. Number 6. The props became real artifacts. The bats, gloves, and balls were all period-accurate 1960s equipment. Some props now live in museums, including the Louisville Slugger Museum. They're not just props, they're physical memories of a perfect summer. Number 5. A major storyline was cut. A full subplot was filmed, then removed entirely. Evans has never revealed what it was. Test audiences didn't respond. The movie is better for it. Number 4. Babe Ruth's ghost became the Tooth Fairy. Babe Ruth's ghost was played by Art LaFleur. He later played the Tooth Fairy in the Santa Claus 2 and 3, and Chick Gandil in Field of Dreams. Hollywood's go-to baseball spirit. Number 3. Benny's brother was really his brother. Adult Benny was played by Pablo Vida, the real-life older brother of Mike Vida. Pablo became an lapped officer. Mike became a firefighter. 2 brothers. 1 character. Number 2. They only wanted 1 man for Mr. Myrtle. The role wasn't written for anyone, until someone suggested James Earl Jones. He accepted immediately.
No audition.
He showed up, delivered the emotional soul of the film in a single scene, and left. That's what legends do. Number 1. The Beast was dogs, and a puppet. The Beast was multiple English Mastiffs, including one named Gunner, plus a massive animatronic puppet. Mastiffs are gentle, lazy giants. So camera tricks, props, shadows, and puppets sold the fear. And then came the reveal. The monster wasn't a monster at all. Just a lonely dog who wanted someone to throw the ball back.